All right, in this next example, our denominators again are unlike denominators. They're not the same thing. And I'm going to try and factor these out. At least the first one. The second one doesn't factor, it's already linear. So here, my factors lead coefficient of 1, so I'm looking for factors of 18 that add up to 9. They're going to be, 6 and 3. So we could go with an x plus 6 and an x plus 3. Okay, so now I look at it for my LCD. And my LCD, well, they both contain an x plus 6, so that's got to be included, and an x plus 3. And so if the LCD is simply x plus 6 times x plus 3, then the first fraction already has that, but the second fraction needs the x plus 3. That's what's missing. So we're going to go ahead and multiply the top and the bottom by an x plus 3. Now remember, when doing this, I'm going to leave the bottoms separated or factored. The numerator, however, the top, I've got to go ahead and distribute. So start with the first one here. That one stays the same. So I have x squared minus 6 over x plus 6, x plus 3. Then I have my subtraction. Now here I distribute x times x, x times 3, minus 4 times x, minus 4 times 3. The numerator or the denominator is still x plus 6 times x plus 3. Now we've got to go through and change all the signs to the right because this is a subtraction problem. So it's x squared minus 6, then minus x squared minus 3x, double negative is plus 4x, double negative is plus 12. I'm going to divide all of that by the common denominator, x plus 6, x plus 3. And then we've got to combine like terms. Well, I notice that my x squareds cancel out, right? Positive x squared minus x squared is 0. My constants, I'm left with just an x, right? Negative 3 plus 4. And then my constant, I said constants? My x terms, I don't know what I said there. And then my constants are negative 6 plus 12, that makes it plus 6. So we get x plus 6 over x plus 6 times x plus 3. Well, this one's kind of nice because now that I have it combined, I notice that there's a common factor. The x plus 6 on top will cancel with the x plus 6 on the bottom. And I'm going to be left with just 1 over x plus 3. That's going to be the simplified form because I can't really do anything else with that. Okay, so that one actually simplified very nicely in the end after it reduced down there. Okay, let's try one more example. This last example is going to include 3 fractions. And so 3 fractions, you're going to have to find an LCD for all 3 of them. Let's do x over x minus 3 plus x plus 2 over x squared minus 2x minus 3, and then minus 4 over x plus 1. Okay, so here's our 3 fractions. And again, I need to factor them down. Well, only the middle one factors. When I factor this middle one, I get x, minus 3 and x plus 1. Factors of negative 3 that add up to negative 2. Well, that works out nicely because those are already the 2 denominators, the 2 other denominators. So my LCD is simply this middle denominator because it already includes the other denominators as its factors. Okay, so now that I know that, the factors that are missing, well, the middle fraction doesn't have any missing factors, but the two on the ends do. So the first fraction is missing the x plus 1, so I'm going to multiply top and bottom by x plus 1. The third fraction is missing x minus 3, so I'm going to multiply that to both the top and the bottom. And then we distribute. So the first fraction, I distribute the x in. I'm going to get x squared plus x over x plus 1, x minus 3. Second one I don't have to do anything with, so we'll leave it as x plus 2. X plus 1 and x minus 3. Again, the order doesn't matter on these factors because we're just multiplying them. And then over here at the end, it's a minus. I'm going to distribute the 4, so it's 4x minus 12 all over x plus 1, x minus 3. All right. So now I'm going to combine all my terms. I've got all three common denominators. I'm going to try to combine these things. Let's put them all in one fraction, and then we'll combine them at the end. So we'll go x squared plus x plus another x plus 2, right? This addition just kind of distributes, keeps the signs the same. The subtraction distributes and changes the sign. So minus 4x, and then a double negative makes for a plus 12. When I then divide by the common denominator, and then combine my like terms. So here, x squared, let's see how many x's we got. 1, 2, minus 4 is minus 2x. And then I've got a 2 and a 12 make 14. So plus 14 all over x plus 1 times x minus 3. Now I want to try to factor this and make sure it doesn't reduce, or maybe it does. Factors of 14 that add up to negative 2. Well, those actually don't exist. So factors of 14, if you think this out, are 1 and 14, 2 and 7. To make for a negative, you'd have to have both factors negative, because they have to have the same sign to multiply to a positive 14. And there's no way to get those to add up to a negative 2. Okay, so that doesn't factor on top. And so this is the simplified form. There's nothing else that we can do except throw a cloud around it and call it done.